Alright, welcome to round 2 of the MRL No Assist Championship. I'm your host, Mog Mage, and joining me is Pat.
Hello.
And this track is showing off the track map over 5 kilometers long, 2 DRS zones, so there's plenty of opportunity for overtaking, but the amount of curves in sectors 1 and 3 can also make a vast difference. You definitely want a good balanced setup in order to make sure that your car remains stable. And of course, just getting a nice view of the track. I mean, you can see, especially in Sector 3, how proudly American this circuit is, and I kind of love it. And of course, the overview, the stadium section. This is going to be an exciting qualifying. Unfortunately, this preview is a little inaccurate, as the clouds are much more gloomy in comparison. There we go. Immediately to turn 1, Peter is going to find himself in the lead. Yellow Snowman, though, got a brilliant start, but it looks like the Alfa Romeo's got a little bit held up there. Chili Willie is now going to try and pass his teammate going into turn 3, I think. Yeah, turn 3. Already off to a very hectic start. Yellow Snowman, though, he's on the soft tires. Just a bit of a gamble, but he's trying to maximize it as much as he can. Unfortunately, though, he hasn't gained any spots. For a moment, it seemed like he did, but now he's back down in 4th. Meanwhile, looks like Molly Dragon has got past Benzo Slice and up into 13th place. Braver getting past Kicks My Axe, using the soft tires to his advantage. Moo Iron's getting ahead of Bugatti, and JJ is already up to P10. Absolutely incredible! And now he's about to be P9 as he's going to overtake Sako going into the end of the back straight. Is he going to try and send it on Normpath? I don't think he will. He definitely considered it there for a moment.
Oh, Lord. Also, Chili's winning by 1.5 seconds, and it's only lap 1.
Yes, he is on the medium tires, his teammate of the hards, but I would say this plays into the team's hands overall, because, I mean, one of these strategies is correct. We'll see which one turns out to be right. Drunken Shamrock is going to try to make a move on the outside. Peter going deep on the inside to try and cover it. Drunken Shamrock, though, it's going to switch back, and he's going to immediately make his way into 2nd place. A brilliant move. It looks like that hard tire isn't panning out too well for Peter at the moment. It's now under pressure from Yellow Snowman. You can see he's watching, waiting for an opportunity, and he's definitely going to send it to the next corner. Going on the inside, can the Ferrari get ahead? Braking even later than him. Oh, Peter tried to keep around the outside, and I think it may have just paid off. Looks like he got a bit of better traction on the exit, but all of this is allowing Whipples to now join in on the action, making his way in between the 2 Ferrari-powered cars. Can he get ahead of both, potentially? Is he going to send it? No, he's going to back out. Wise move.
A bit of lockup from Snowman, and it's going to leave Whiffles with a great opportunity.
And he's going around the outside now. Can he complete the move? It's going to be incredibly close between the 2, but I think Whipples might have it. Peter is going to have an advantage. They almost come together. What incredible racing we're witnessing right now. Whipples, though, unfortunately has to relinquish. Never mind, Peter just completely spun out. Oh! And that is Peter out of the race. Who collided with him?
I think it was Moldy Dragon. I think that's going to be a safety car. It's a VSC.
That's so unfortunate for Moldy Dragon. He had a pretty solid start, but I think he may have suffered some damage. We may not see it, but he could very well have front wing damage. Unfortunately, McQuinn's gonna have a problem to deal with, and his name is Anthony Jenkins, already on the heels. J-Jo just behind, trying to overtake his teammate. J-Jo is having a brilliant run right now. Absolutely incredible.
Keep going, J-Jo. You're invincible. They can't get you.
I mean, he certainly thinks he is, as he's about to challenge his teammate for P6. Make that P5, as he's gonna go on the inside of that McWins. Unfortunately, he wasn't close enough. Still, wow. That was incredibly brave of him. But, well, there is a fine line between bravery and foolishness. And, well, that was very close to going over that line.
He had terrible luck earlier today. He was on pole in T2 and got turned at T1.
Yeah, speaking of turn, looks like Moo Iron's got himself turned around, going through the exact same turn that Peter did.
Is that Pagoda?
Oh, this Moldy Dragon. He's going to
it's Axe. It's Axe. Axe went off.
Who got it? Voltage Dragon is going to put himself ahead of the Alpine up into 13th place. Unfortunately, though, the next car is a little under 9 seconds ahead of him, so he's got quite a bit of a gap to make up.
Yeah.
Wait,
oh,
so
Epic
Epic wins! Oh, that is not an epic win for Epic Wins. He's completely lost at the exact same corner as Peter. We've seen multiple spins here, and I'm afraid that won't be the last.
Oh, JoJo must have, because he caught right back up, and we have a crash. Norm-bash.
Oh, the Thornbash going wide, and doesn't look like he has any damage. No, his car is still relatively intact. That is unless, of course, he got underfloor damage, which could very well be possible. Meanwhile, we have JoJo gaining on Anthony. Is he going to find a way past? Yes, he will. He's going to be able to make his way back up into 5th and start hunting after Whipples. That's Bugatti losing a position to the law, but we already see multiple drivers with penalties. And I think most of it has to do with, looks like corner cutting and track limits for Balam. Stocko has retired from the session, and I think he's done so in the pits. Yep. So that's going to be no safety car or anything of that matter. But
no, it'll be a red flag. What you mean?
Oh, this Molly Dragon spinning out, and that's unfortunate. It's a lot of time lost. Meanwhile, Balam is going to try and make it back. Meanwhile, the two Mercedes are continuing to duke it out. JJ remaining ahead while trying to gain on Whipples, but him having to fight his teammates holding him back. But looks like Anthony James is another battle to deal with. Gary is trying to send it on the Mercedes and find a way through. And now, because of all this battling, Benzo is also joining up behind. You can see Gary really starting to gain on the two Mercedes now. JoJo having a little bit of a moment going off the track. We have 3 drivers going 3 wide into the next turn. They take each other out. All 3 around the race.
That's going to be a safety car.
What just happened there?
They are in the wall. That is a full safety car. They are fully in the wall as I'm looking at Anthony's.
Is miraculously still intact, but I guarantee he has severe damage. What happened there?
I have no idea. But I mean, this is saving everyone in the back, especially if your name is Kiss My Axe. You're 22 seconds off the car ahead.
Yeah, what I think may have happened was the Mercedes that was on the left thought only the Haas was next to him and not his teammate. And so turned right, and all 3 of them just ended up colliding, going to the wall. Bugatti gets a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car.
Well, you forgot to check your... Oh, they're pitting. They're pitting up front.
Yeah, that's not a surprise. Now, the same can't be said for Moldy Dragon, as he's right alongside Freebird, now putting himself ahead of the Red Bull up into 9th place. At least with Big Deck, as Freebird is still in on this fight, as he actually backs out. Never mind. Well, that's mildly disappointing. Speaking of disappointing moves, Irons had a disappointing spin there. He's all the way down into P13.
Yeah, he's not in the greatest spot right now. We'll see what he can do from there. But looks like Drunken might get a move done here.
Absolutely sending it. He's alongside the Alfa Romeo. Can he outbrake him going into the next corner? Yes, he can. He's now into the lead. But Chili, he's trying to potentially fight back. Unfortunately, he just didn't have it in that corner and has to back out. Yeah, Moldy Dragon is in a potential danger zone, I guess you could say, because he's got now 4 or 5 drivers behind. Moo Midnight, meanwhile, overtakes Moo Irons, and while you can see why, it looks like he spun out again.
Yep, Irons going from good to bad, back to good, back to bad again, and Drunken goes fastest.
But Chili Willie's going to go for it. He's going to try and retake the lead going into turn 1, but he's going to be struggling on exit, allowing Drunken Shamrock to make a switch back. Can he find himself ahead by the time we get to the exits, or are they going to continue fighting side by side? Drunken Shamrock gets a time penalty, and now
he's well off the track.
Field. Yeah, he had to completely slow down and back out. Did they give him another penalty? No, it didn't. So they're still on an even playing field, and now Chili Willie has every reason to continue fighting. However, as they're continuing to fight, it's allowing Whipples to slowly but surely close the gap, with Yellow Snowman chasing not too far behind even. Yeah, Chili Willie's crossing the line now, And he's gonna be maintaining his lead, but he didn't make the best getaway.
Epic's out!
Well, that was over real quick. Epic wins is unfortunately out of the race. Did he just completely lose it, or did he
Yes, he spun.
Oh, that's incredibly unfortunate. Meanwhile, we have plenty of action going on here. Moldy Dragons is trying to find his way around the outside of Whipples. Can he put himself into P5? Yes, he does. A brilliant move as Freebird completely loses it and spins out. So, unfortunately, simply due to the strategy he's on, will be out as he hasn't yet hit he needs to. But you can see Drunken Shamrock already finding himself ahead, and now he's going to try and gain on Chili and Yellow. So, this is going to be interesting. Benzo is going to have to do his best to try and defend. Unfortunately, I think that tire difference is going to prove to be his worst enemy. Speaking of, Moldy Dragon manages to put himself around the outside.
They're both getting back.
Yeah, brilliant brief overtakes from the both of them. Benzo is unfortunately now down to P6. And, well, he's inevitably going to have to pit. But Moldy Dragon goes wide, allowing Whipple to find a way through. But still, Moldy Dragon is still in this fight. He's going to use plenty of ERS. He's going to go which way, inside or outside? Looks like he couldn't decide there. And he's not going to be able to find a way past. Drunken Shamrock, though, gets past Yellow Snowman and up into P2. Now, there's only one car between him and the lead, and his name is Chili Willy. But maybe not for long. Drunken Shamrock is trying to find a way past, but simply can't do it at the moment. But it's fine. That patience is going to pay off for Drunken Shamrock now. He's got plenty of pace to go alongside the Alfa Romeo. Going to turn 1, can Drunken Shamrock take the lead of the race? Unfortunately, I don't think he's got the pace on the exit. Chili Willy has managed to get the better of him for the time being, but you can see Drunken Shamrock nearly touching his rear left wheel. That was a bit of a moment, to put it mildly, but you can see Low Snowman also keeping him just behind.
I also am enjoying that the top 4 and maybe even top 5 Moldy can close. Oh, Drunken just took the lead for a moment.
Almost, but unfortunately not close enough, but he could potentially make the move as long as he continues to remain alongside, and it looks like he managed to do so. Chili Willy, though, is going to switch back on him, but struggles a bit on the exit, and Drunken Shamrock finally takes home the lead. Now, it's up to him to make a strong enough getaway, so then he manages to get that 3-second gap to Whipples. Whipples, though, again, unless he remains in range, could get a potential victory. Oh yeah, and I mean you can see.
So this could be everyone's boxing right now. It's already looking slick out there.
Oh yeah, but Midnight is certainly looking slick, overtaking Benzo and taking 6th place. His teammate though is currently holding on to the lead, but you can see Whipples is just behind and potentially trying to make a move on the Ferrari. But he still has to remain behind, but you can see that gap starting to build, and I think you are right. I think every single one of them are going to go in for inters this very lap. But I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 maybe gamble and try to stay out for 1 lap. Drunken Shamrock is certainly going to do that. Chili, Yellow Snowman, though, is going to elect to go in. Whipples elects to stay out as well.
He might have gone on the power a bit too quick and just spun past that line.
Meanwhile, Benzo taking advantage of the entrance overtakes Salam. Benzo could be in a great spot to get a very good result.
Yellow Snowman has gained 5 seconds on Norm Bash's teammate this lap.
Drunken Shamrock, Chili, Whipples, and Moldy Dragon. And wait, okay. I thought the Midnight was staying out. Let's hope he goes in. He is going into the pits. Norm Bash will be the last driver on slicks, and he is going to follow suit. Well, actually, Balam's going in as well. Drunken Shamrock is going to be able to come out. Will he be ahead or behind Yellow Snowman? This is going to be close, but I think Yellow Snowman is going to find himself ahead.
Oh!
Maybe not.
This is going to be very close. He's going to be on better tires, though. They're going to have grip.
Oh, looks like Drunken Shamrock is remaining ahead, but Yellow Snowman is trying to get 10. He has to remain behind for now, though. Oh, that gamble narrowly paid off for Drunken Shamrock, but unfortunately not for the others. Chili Willy has gotten another time penalty. That's 6 seconds. Whipples has gotten a time penalty.
Drunken
Shamrock has gotten another time penalty. The penalties are really stacking up now that we're in the wet weather.
I hope for his sake that he does not get disqualified from too many penalties.
Yellow Flag in Sector 2. Is that Benzo? Oh, no.
It is.
Oh, that's completely ruined him. That is once he keeps up with Midnight, then he can still get P6, but still, that moment has cost him a position, and Normbash is starting to gain on him.
Midnight Spun.
Oh, and well, it looks like Benzo now finds himself ahead, but this huge moment is going to cost him not one, but two positions as Normbash is going to try and find a way through. But he went really by himself there. I think he might have enough of an advantage here. Never mind, he lost it.
Let's see, as we are on the final lap. Drunken looks like he's got no issues. Is going to bring it on home, hopefully, without damage.
Yeah, but we haven't seen a lot of drivers spin out in this corner up ahead, though I doubt Drunken Shamrock is going to make a mistake like that. Rounding these final few corners, getting ready to cross the line. It was an intense race for him. He had to contend with Yellow Snowman and Chili Willy, but ultimately, he was the one to come on top despite a 9-second penalty. Drunken Shamrock is going to win the U.S. Grand Prix.
In quite a fashion, indeed.
Oh yeah, just a lot of confidence in the rain, and that has really paid off for him. Chili Willy is going to be able to hold on to third place. Yellow Snowman taking the second step of the podium. Whipple's still taking a solid fourth place, but you can see just about a second off. Molly Dragon, meanwhile, put in an impressive performance to take fifth place here.
Yep.
And then we have the only driver in this entire race to not get a single penalty whatsoever. Benzo is going to be able to take a solid P6. Midnight just suddenly has a big moment just before he crosses the line. He's going to be able to take 7. And then we have... Well, actually, hang on. Freebird is struggling a whole lot. Could Kiss My Axe actually gain enough time? He needs a lot of seconds, though. Unless Freebird has a massive moment here near the end, then Kiss My Axe. Oh, Kiss My Axe nearly had a big moment himself. Seeing these last few drivers cross the line, looks like Palam will be able to take P9. Kiss My Axe. P10. Well, and then until the penalties hit. Well, then that's an additional penalty for an unserved penalty. Kiss My Axe is definitely going to be out of the points. Freebird will be able to finish in P10.
Barely. He almost was without it.
Yeah, still. That was a brilliant race. Unfortunately, did quiet down the wet, but up until that point, we saw battles throughout. Molly Dragon taking a well-earned driver of the day.